Happy New Year, everybody! It's your boy Tay Tay the Savior, welcoming you to your first video of 2026. Man, 2025 was a hell of a year for me, and I want to thank you guys for getting us where we need to be. Of course, the numbers were up. You guys' support means a lot to me, and I would like to keep the ball rolling. And on to this year, I am going to be heading to college very soon. So that's good news for me. Now, before we get into this video, and it's going to be a very long one, so this might be multiple parts. I will ask for you to, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell if you want to be notified. Hit the like button on this video, and if you would like to leave a comment down below, please do so. And if you want to follow me on all my other socials such as YouTube, Instagram, uh, Pinterest, Patreon, X, TikTok, all those are in the description of my channel. Now with that being said, let's get into the first video of 2026, which is the Best of Pro Wrestling 2025 Awards. Now, 2025 in terms of pro wrestling was not the best year. In terms of WWE, it might have been one of the worst years in WWE creatively, and TNA did have a lot of positive going on 2025. So if I were to pick promotion of the year, I give it to TNA because they did everything in their power to bring this company back to where it used to be in the good old days. And now that they have this AMC deal coming up, I am definitely going to watch the AMC on premiere episode. I may not watch all of Impact, but I pretty much know what's going on with TNA. I hear Genesis is taking place on this 2 days after the premiere, which is the 17th. So there are a lot of things I'm looking forward to 2026. But enough about that. Let's get into the awards. Let's start with TNA first. The 2025 heel of TNA, and the nominees are Mustafa Ali, Tessa Blanchard, Heather Ash and M by Elegance, the Elegance brand, and Trick Williams. You guys voted for Mustafa Ali with 7 responses. Ali wins with 71.4% of the votes, which is a very nice pick for you guys. Ali did some excellent work this year. The feud with Santana was some good stuff. I enjoyed his match with Cedric Alexander at Slammiversary. You know, him and Order 4 have been a solid act on TNA television. And I do believe that Ali should be rewarded in 2026, maybe with the international championship or a TNA World Championship down the line. Because maybe have the Great Hands go after the TNA World Tag Team Championships. So I can't wait for Ali and Order for to Gladstone Championship Gold. So congratulations to Mustafa Ali. Let's go to the babyface of TNA. Excuse me. The nominees are Leon Slater, Mike Santana, Steve Macklin, and the Hardys. And y'all picked with 42.9% vote Steve Macklin to be the 2025 babyface of TNA. Congratulations to Steve Macklin, who, in my opinion, was one of the cornerstones of TNA in 2025. He made that international championship the A title when Trick Williams was holding the world championship hostage. He constantly showed up and put on some banger matches with the likes of Eric Young, Jake Something, Frankie Kazarian. So, congratulations to Steve Macklin. The guy's a fucking tank. Next up is the feud of the year. Nominees are Order 4 versus The System, Mike Santana versus Mustafa Ali, The Hardys versus The Nemeth, TNA versus NXT. And you guys picked Order 4 versus The System to be the TNA feud of the year. And not a bad choice, in my opinion. I thought the feud was fun, benefited both factions. Order 4 looked like a credible group. I think Agent Zero is a beast. Seeing what he did in that hardcore match, which was absolutely brutal in my opinion. So, congratulations to Order 4 and the System. You guys rocked. And again, I can't wait for Order 4 to be rewarded. Mostly Ali. So, we'll see how that goes. Alright, let me take a sip of my tea. And we go on to the soccer of the year. We got Ass by Elegance relinquishing the TNA Knockouts World title at Victory Road. And JDC announcing his retirement. Frankie Kazarian wins the TNA World Championship after catching in his Collier Shot Gauntlet trophy. And TNA announces the move to AMC. They're going back to cable for the first time in over a decade. And y'all picked Ass by Elegance relinquishes the TNA Knockouts World Championship at Victory Road to be the TNA Shocker of the Year. And man, I felt it. I mean, it came out of nowhere just when the reign was getting started, and unfortunately, she had to step away due to undisclosed injury, which was one of the reasons why 2025 wasn't all that great in WWE because they had a lot of injuries going on, like Liv Morgan and Chad Gable, etc. So man, that that had to feel emotional, and obviously they had Kalani Jordan winning Knockouts Championship on that same show, and Ask by Elegance coming out and putting her over because Ask by Elegance was the one who mentored Kalani Jordan in NXT. So it's kind of sad to see her go. Next up is the moment of TNA. Joe Hendry wins the TNA World Championship at Genesis. Excuse me. Leon Slater becomes the youngest TNA X Division champion of all time by beating Moose at TNA's anniversary. The Hardy Boys retire Team 3D at Bound for Glory, and then at the same event, Mike Santana beats Trick Williams to win the TNA World Championship. And you guys voted for the Hardy Boys retiring Team 3D to be the TNA Moment of the Year. So congratulations go out for the Hardys. The Hardys and the Dudleys, in my opinion, will go down as two of the greatest tag teams of all time. Two of the greatest tag teams in our generation, period. They revolutionized tag team wrestling by giving us the tables and ladders and chairs matches. And then for them to do it one more time at Bound for Glory in the tables match, in my opinion, was absolutely perfect. It was very emotional. So again, congratulations to the Hardys and 3Ds, to the GOATs in tag team wrestling. Next up, it's gonna be interesting. It's the breakout star of the year. The nominees are Leon Slater, the current X Division champion, Mike Santana, Zaya Brookside, and Lei Ying Lee of the Angel Warriors, Heather Ash and M by Elegance, the Elegance brand. And you guys voted for. In the tiebreaker, we got Leon Slater and Mike Santana with 42.9% votes. So, which means we got a tie. And you know what? I made some videos from WWE 2K25 to determine the breakout star of the year. So, whenever a category ends up in a tie, then the two wrestlers, the multiple people with votes will wrestle in Universe mode in 2K25. So I put them in a match so you guys can watch it, and I'll see you after the video.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Yorkshire, England, weighing in at 190 pounds, the Total Non-Stop Action Television Champion, Leon Slater!
Leon Slater, the current TNA X Division champion, who had a great 2025, bangers with moves, I'm sorry, Myron Reed and Javon Evans and more. And this
from the Bronx, New York, weighing in at 230 pounds, Mike
Santana also had a great year as well. He won the TNA Championship at Bound for Glory, only for him to get robbed by these NXT jobbers. But he'll get his rematch. If you watched TNA last night, it will happen at the AMC premiere on Impact, which I'm gonna watch, by the way. Alright, here we go as we see a collar and elbow tie-up between these two men. And Leon Slater driving Mike Santana into the corner. We got a clean break. Again, you guys voted for these two as the breakout star of the year. Who will win? As Leon Slater's X Division Championship will not be defended. This is again to determine the breakout star of 2025, and Leon Slater went for a fruit roll-up, the rope break. What a great fucking year for TNA. Picking up the momentum from January all the way to the end. And Leon Slater, nice splash. Another tie-up by these two men. Again, both had a great 2025. We can forget the incredible match with Moose at Slammiversary. And then an AJ Styles coming back. And Mike Santana again has a match with Frankie Kazarian, has the chance to get back the title that he was robbed. Oh, takedown by Leon Slater. And he turns it to the ropes. Ooh, what a maneuver. Mike counters it. Nice boot to Leon Slater. Drop kick to Santana, no-sells it. Ooh, what a maneuver. Kick to the back of the leg. And Santana with a senton. And Leon Slater taking it to the ropes. Uh-oh, Slater's finna fly. Look at this. Suicide dive. We got a "This is awesome" chant from the crowd in Sunrise, Florida. And Leon Slater puts Santana back in the ring. And we get this over. Nobody home for the splash. Santana goes and stomps on the head. And Leon responds with a kick. Jumping suplex by Santana. Nice top to Leon. Oh, sunset for powerbomb. And an elbow to the back. And Santana going to work. Grounding and pounding as we go. Kick to the chest. And Santana sends Leon Slater out of the ring. And Santana with an elbow. And Santana sends Leon back into the ring. And another stomp to the leg. Cutter by Santana. And Santana with the frog splash. Here's the cover. And Mike Santana wins the 2025 TNA Breakout Star of the Year. If he can do that to Leon Slater, Frankie Kazarian, then we got ourselves a new TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World. Let's look back here. That was a good match between these two. Go back. Congratulations to Mike Santana for becoming the breakout star of 2025. Absolutely deserved, in my opinion. Left AEW and took a huge gamble on himself. Wrestled the likes of Josh Alexander and Mike Santana. And then he retired Sami Callihan. And then he would go on to win the TNA World Championship from Trick Williams at Bound for Glory. Would I have loved to see him win the title at Slammiversary? Absolutely. It was right there. They took a gamble, decided to wait 3 months for it to happen, and it did. And only for that to be taken away a month later by Frankie Kazarian, which frustrated me that day. And it kind of still bothers me that Mike Santana never had a proper title defense. But congratulations to Mike Santana. He has a championship rematch with Frankie on the AMC premiere. On Will he win it back? I hope so. There's a chance that Nick Nemeth cashes in his Carter Shot trophy. There's a chance that Frankie Kazarian retains. And then we get AJ Styles. But congratulations to Mike Santana. Now we move on to the return of the year. Now I have four nominees: Mackenzie Mitchell, The Inspiration, AJ Styles, and Desmond Xavier. And you guys pick for the TNA Return of the Year the phenomenal AJ Styles, the face of TNA. That return at Slammiversary was phenomenal. Put over Leon Slater Hughes. And what you see in this picture right here, that moment will go on in the lover, bro. Like you can hang it in the lover. Did we get pretty much a follow to it? We kind of did because Styles and Dragon Lee wrestled Leon Slater and Devon Evans at Saturday's main event, so I guess that can count as some sort of a follow up. And now that AJ Styles is set to retire this year, could we see him back in TNA one more time? Could we see him in the AMC era of TNA? Fingers crossed. Now we get to the match of the year, and I had a lot of matches. First up is Jordan Grace versus Tessa Blanchard at TNA Genesis. Mike Santana versus Josh Alexander in the I Quit match that same event. Sammy Callahan versus Mance Warner at TNA Unbreakable. Then you got Mike Santana versus Mustafa Ali at Rebellion. Elegance Brand versus Spitfire for the TNA World Knockouts Tag Team Championships at Under Siege. Mike Santana versus AJ Francis in the Street Fight. Moose versus Leon Slater for the X Division Championship at Slammiversary. Leon Slater versus Myron Reed for the X Division Championship. That match headlined Victory Road, and what I thought was absolutely a slobber knocker of a main event. So I had to put that up there. Frankie Kazarian versus Steve Macklin at TNA Bound for Glory for the International Championship. Leon Slater versus Devon Evans. Match was incredible, minus the ending, which the less said about that, the better. And then last but not least, the Hardy Boys versus Team 3D in one final tables match. Both the NXT and TNA World Tag Team Championships were up for grabs. And you guys picked for the TNA Match of the Year Jordan Grace versus Tessa Blanchard at TNA Genesis. Now, Jordan Grace, her contract was running out, and what a great way for Jordan Grace to go out by putting her in the ring with Tessa Blanchard. These two women cooked. I watched it earlier today while preparing for this video, so I had to do that. And she managed to put Tessa over big time. Now, coming into this match, a lot of people hated the fact that Tessa Blanchard was back in TNA after some controversial stuff that she said, some racist stuff that she said and did over the years, which was unacceptable. She had to apologize for her actions. I do not condone her actions in any type of way. I do think Tessa Blanchard is a very good wrestler. I do think she has the tools to become a major player in the wrestling industry, but it's going to take a lot of work for Tessa Blanchard to be embraced by the wrestling world. And that was quite ballsy for TNA to bring her back. So, congratulations to Torna Grayson and Tessa Blanchard. You guys killed it. It was so great. Now we get to the faction of the year, and the nominees are Ali, Hot, Skylar, Steels, and Agent Zero of Order 4, Ash, Heather, and Ann by Elegance, Zachary Wentz, Trey Miguel, Myron Reed, and Desmond Xavier of the Rascals, and finally Moose, Eddie and Alyssa Edwards, Brian Myers, and JDC of the System. And we got another tie with Order 4, the Elegance Brand, and the Rascals. So y'all know what that means. It's time for 2K25. Let's get to the video.
The following contest is an elimination match. Making her way to the ring from Cleveland, Ohio,
As by Elegance had a great 2025, won a TNA Knockouts Championship back at Heatwave before she had to unfortunately relinquish it.
and her opponents. First, from Dayton, Ohio, weighing in at 183 pounds, Wesley! From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 228 pounds, Medusa Oli!
Sorry guys, I had to go downstairs for something, but Wesley's in the ring right now. And Ali coming down. Also had a great 2025 as part of Order 4. A great feud with the system. And nice series of matches with Mike Santana. All three former ex-WWE guys all got released. Actions underway. Wesley, now Desmond and Xavier with Ali and As by Elegance. Representing the Elegance brand. Ali or representing Order 4. And As pulling out a ladder for whatever reason. And As gets a football up victory attempt. And Ali flies. Remember, Ali and Desmond were part of the great tag team match that they had at Final Resolution, and Ali's going to work on Ash. Swinging that breaker. And nice maneuver. German suplex by Ali. With DDT by Ali. And Ali is doing some damage to the leg. Cover. Will he eliminate Wesley? No, Wesley stays alive. Scoop slam by West. And Ash gets thrown out the ring. And this moonsault by Ali cover. Will he eliminate Wesley? Kick out. Super kick by West. All three people fighting for what's important here. The winner of this match will win for their faction and become the faction of the year, covered by Ash. And Ali is alive. And Ali's arm is getting worked on. As by Elegance showing some aggression. And Wesley got the trash can out. Neckbreaker by Desmond. I don't know why I keep calling him by the WWE names. Oh, Ollie, is he gonna eliminate ass? No. Kicks out. Suplex by Ollie. And a tornado DDT by Mustafa Ali. And Ollie's gonna fly. Order 450 splash cover. And the last goals won't be 2025 faction of the year. It's now down to Ass and Ali. And the sledgehammer shot to Ali. Cover. What the hell this man win? And Ali has to kick out. And Ass is showing off to the crowd. Nice maneuver by Ashton. And Ass is going up top, going for the rarefied air cover. And Ali kicks out of the rarefied air. What's Ass going to do? Oh, Ali's trying to fight back, and now it's Ali's turn. He try to put Ass through a table. Is he gonna do it? He does it! Justified this is awesome chance. And the X Factor. Cover. And Ash easily kicks out at 1. Neckbreaker by Ali. And Ali's got a sledgehammer. And Ash with a clothesline. And Ali is sent out to the ring. Shocks to the chest. And Ali counters into a tornado DDT. And Ash gets sent back at the ring. All we're gonna see. Wanted to go to the order 450 splash, but went for the false splash instead. Now he's gonna try again. And Ash moves out of the way. Just in time. Scoop slam by Ash. And will she hit it this time? A meteor. Cover. And Ash wins her team the fashion of the year. What a year it was for the Elegance brand. Congratulations to the Elegance brand for winning 2025 Faction of the Year. Great moment for Ash to go to NXT and win the Knockouts World Championship. Again, very unfortunate that she had to retire, but overall, I thought it was a very solid act in the Knockouts. Whew, excuse me. What was I saying? Yeah. Delicate's brand I thought was a solid act in the Knockouts Tag Team division. They did win the titles from Spitfire, but unfortunately, again, had Ash not retired, they probably would have kept the titles for longer. But yeah, congratulations to Elegance Band. Now we get to the TNA Tag Team of the Year, and my nominees are Heather and M, the Elegance Brand, Matt and Jeff, the Hardys, Cassie Lee and Jesse McKay, the Inspiration, and Nick and Ryan Nemeth. You guys voted for the Hardys with 71.4% votes to be the tag team of TNA. Well deserved by the Hardys. And you guys picked the right people to win the tag team of the year because these two men proved at this stage of the game that they can still go. They elevated TNA. They probably all the reasons why TNA is going back to AMC. They held the NXT, TNA, Fourth Row, and House of Glory tag team championships at one point, as you see in that picture. Excuse me. I don't know why I keep on burping. What was I saying? Uh, Banger matches with Faction, Dark State, and the Namas, and easily first ballot Hall of Famers in my opinion. One of the greatest tag teams of all time, greatest tag teams in our generation. So, congratulations to the Hardys. Excellent 2025. Now let's get to the female wrestler of the year. Now, couple of these are NXT. Now, most now three of these are now NXT names. So I'm gonna go down the list. JC Jane, Jordan Grace, Masa Slamovich, and Kalani Jordan. And you guys picked Jordan Grace as the TNA Female Wrestler of 2025. Congratulations goes to Jordan Grace. She did everything she needed to do in TNA. Held the Knockouts Championship 3 different times. She was also a Knockouts Tag Team Champion at one point. And then she went to NXT and had some high profile matches and feuds with Blake Monroe, Kalani Jordan, Stephanie Vaquer, and she made a hell of a time for herself. Now, I did hear that her husband recovered from from his stroke, so congratulations to him for fighting through it. His name is Jonathan Gresham, and I couldn't imagine being in Jordan Grace's position. And now, with NXT out her way, she could potentially be on SmackDown because if you watch SmackDown Friday night, she could find Chelsea Green and Tate Cargill. And Jordan Grace is one of them bodies that could desperately be a good addition to the women's division because that SmackDown women's division needs fucking bodies. And Julia just won back her Women's United States Championship. Jordan Grace and Julia, book it. Please, please, please give the Women's United States Championship picture some meaning. Alright, the penultimate category is the TNA X Division Wrestler of the Year. The nominee is Moose, Leon Slater, Ace Austin, who's now in AEW, and Myron Reed of the Rascals. And you guys voted for the young OG Leon Slater. You get me? Had to do that right there. But congratulations to Leon Slater, youngest X Division champion in TNA history. One of my favorites right now in TNA. That guy can ball. That guy, like I said, was put over by AJ Styles the same anniversary. Banger matches with Moose, Alexander, Myron Reed, Javon Evans. This nigga is going to be the future of the industry. Now, this coming Tuesday after this taping, he has an NXT Championship match against Obafemi. I don't think he's going to win it, but I do think he is going to show the fuck out in that match, and I'm definitely going to watch it. And finally, for TNA, is the TNA Male Wrestler of the Year. Again, we got some NXT names in there. Joe Hendry, Trick Williams, Nick Nemeth, and Moose. You guys picked Trick Williams and Nick Nemeth to be the TNA Male Wrestler of the Year, but there can only be one. So let's go back to 2K25. Alright guys, we got the next match is for the TNA Wrestler of the Year.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Columbia, South Carolina, weighing in at 205 pounds, Trick Williams.
Trick Williams had a great 2025 when he went on to TNA and captured the TNA World Championship, called it the TNA Championship, and now in 2026 He is heading onto the main roster. Which way is he going to land on? I prefer SmackDown, cause SmackDown could use some bodies. Former two-time NXT champion. You guys voted for Trick Williams in 2024 to be the NXT Superstar of the Year. Let's see who you guys voted for as the TNA Wrestler of the Year.
And his opponent from Hollywood, Florida, weighing in at 228 pounds, Nick Nemeth.
The Wanted Man, Nick Nemeth, the Cold Call Your Shot trophy winner. He can cash in at any championship at any time. He obviously chose to do so after the TNA World Championship match on the AMC premiere. Nick Nemeth, a former TNA World Champion, a former multiple-time World Champion, multiple-time Intercontinental Champion, US Champion, Tag Team Champions in both WWE and TNA. And the match is underway. Winner of this match will be called the TNA Wrestler of the Year. And Trick Williams going to work on the neck of Nick Nemeth. Nick Nemeth, one of the participants of the Last Time Is Now tournament, lost to Solo Sikoa in the first round. Many people want him to advance and go further. Nick is going to work on the elbow of Trick Williams. And Trick Williams fights out of that. Kick to the back by Trick, cover to win the TNA Superstar of the Year, and Dolph kicks out. Trick Williams put up the bell. Another call, elbow tie up. We asked for a break. And here we go. Again, both men are former TNA World Champions. And what a maneuver by Trick. Nick answers back. X Factor. Clothesline by Trick. Trick goes on top. Looking for the elbow. Ooh, yeah. And now he's dropping on Nick. What's he going for right here? Flapjack by Trick. Famous by Nick Nemeth. Cover for the win. And Trick Williams kicks out. Nick laying the elbows on him. Man, Nick is good to sell him. Uh-oh, cover. And Trick Williams kicks out. Nick Nemeth. Super kick. Can you get it? Yes, he can. Nick Williams is your 2025 TNA Wrestler of
Here
the
is your
Year.
winner, Nick Nemeth.
A good win for Nick Nemeth. Nick Nemeth is one of the best wrestlers in the game. The way that he sells is phenomenal. Look at that. Congratulations to Nick Nemeth for winning the 2025 TNA Male Wrestler of the Year. He absolutely deserves it. Put over Joe Hendry at TNA Genesis, and then he will go on to win the Tag Team Championships with his brother at Rebellion. And then later on this year, he, excuse me, participated in the Last Time Is Now tournament, where he came back as Dolph Ziggler, which I thought was a hell of a surprise. Would have loved to see him advance in the tournament, but it is what it is. Right now, he is holding the Call Your Shot Gauntlet Trophy. He won it alongside Frankie Kazarian at Bound for Glory. So I think Nick Nemeth is going to factor in to the TNA World Championship picture on the AMC premiere. Whether it's on that day or at Genesis. Maybe a triple threat. Who knows? But that's all I have to say about that. Who were your picks for these categories? Are you okay with these picks? Who else would you prefer? Comment down below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, hit the bell notification, comment down below, and follow me on all my other platforms. And I'll see you for the WWE portion. I'm out.